Aloha everybody, John with you. Welcome back to my channel, and time for almost the end of the month here, so it's time for my candle empties video. I got a couple of things still going, but they are not going to finish in the next day or two, so I can show you what I went through as far as candles and wax for the month of June 2020. Can you believe it's almost July? I'll tell you. So I am very sorry to report. I know I'm sounding like a broken record, but this was not a really very satisfactory month. Again, I think like the past 3 months have not been really satisfactory as far as my candle burning and wax melting have gone, which is to say I've just had candles and wax that either just hasn't performed very well or hasn't thrown well, and I'm just kind of like, you know, frustrated still wanting to get that really good candle, which I seem to have gotten a lot in the past, and the past several months just kind of lucking out with stuff. But I did, as far as like I had a couple of votives that I melted together. I've had these for a while, and these were on sale when I got them, so they were on the older side already, so I wasn't really expecting much, but they were 2 Yankee Candle Summer Storms, and that won't focus, but whatever. And I still can't exactly tell you what this scent was supposed to be. I didn't look up the scent notes, but I mean, it's not really like a fresh scent. You would think something called Summer Storm would probably be like a rain fresh scent, but it doesn't really seem like one. It seems slightly flowery and a little bit spicy. Like you know, had some gardenias and threw some cinnamon on them or something. I don't know, but it's kind of faint. It was very faint smelling, and then when I melted it, I really couldn't smell it at all when I melted it. Probably due to the age of the votives, but also, I mean, they're Yankee votives, and I just, you know, to be perfectly honest, when is the last time you've gotten a really good throw from a Yankee votive or a Yankee tart? Let me see. When was that? Never. Okay, yeah, never. Let's move along. Now, as far as melts go, I did go through some melts. I was wanting to, because my candle stash is getting low. Seriously, folks, it's getting low. And Bath and Body Works still has not opened up here in Honolulu. So we just have like, you know, Target, or not Target. Yeah, well, I haven't been to Target. I don't even know if they've reopened here, but what do you call it? Ross. Yeah, I go to Ross a lot, and I've hit them all pretty much, and the candle selection's somewhat limited, so I've only been able to get a few things, so I'm literally kind of running out. But I went through a jar of these little melts, lemon honey from Northern Lights. These were quite satisfactory, I have to say. They looked like this, except they were yellow. These little, I've never seen them before, but just really a nice fresh lemon scent with you know, you definitely get the honey in there also. These were, I would say they're really good for one night of melting, and then I would do them a second night, but the second night they definitely would be significantly weaker and much fainter than the first night. So, but I would always do them 2 nights. But the first night, you know, by themselves they're great. The second night, not very strong. So I would always light a candle or melt something else along with them. That goes the same for the other one that I went through. Now there's a little bit left, and I'll probably just use this tonight or tomorrow, the next couple nights sometime. Plum Blossom by Northern Lights. It says floral, plum, orchids, water, lotus, and lemon flower. These were awesomely nice. This was a really, really nice scent. So this one gave much satisfaction, I have to say, and I went through just about the whole thing this month. Just really a nice, I don't really know what plum flowers smell like, but it smells sort of like plum, but there's definitely also a spiciness to it that I'm sure that's not in the plum itself. spicy green, like a weed, kind of thing. And lemon. There, I would say, yeah, a little lemon. This is a super nice scent. It is kind of on the fresh side. And again, it's good for one night, and then the next night it's kind of faint. But it's kind of faint. But yeah, I was quite happy with these. I would get these again. Really a nice scent, Plum Blossom. This month, this thing probably gave me the most satisfaction of anything. Now, I have a couple of these that I got for cheap, for like $5 at Walgreens. They were closing one of the Walgreens in Honolulu, and it's where I usually go for my prescriptions. They're closing it down because I guess the rent is going to be crazy high, and they're just not going to pay it. So I have to go to this other one a little further in, but they were selling candles half off, and I got a couple of these. This is a Patriots candle. It was a tri-layered scent, Paradise Coolers, a pineapple colada, mango mojito, and passion punch. I have to say they all kind of melded into one scent for me. I don't know. And slightly disappointing. I didn't have any issues with the performance. I mean, it's not the cleanest burn, but the wick was fine. It burnt fine. I did put a lid on it most of the time, an aluminum lid. It doesn't fit on here, but I just set it. It doesn't like clamp on. But yeah, it was pleasant enough scent, just sort of a very sweet tropical fruit scent, but not very strong. I mean, when it was in the bathroom, I could pretty much smell it in the bathroom, which is a smaller room. Out here in the main room, I could really only smell it if I was standing around it, and maybe once in a while I would catch a whiff of it. So I would give it like a 4 on scent throw. It was not that great, and I wouldn't get it again. Not even for $5, because what's the point? I have another one of those in a different scent trio we'll have to probably do this month, or the month of July. Now, I went through 2 Bath & Body Works candles. First one, and I have very similar experience with both of them. First one, and somehow I broke this when I had it in my bag that I keep my empties in. This was Hibiscus Waterfall. Well, you can see it's messed up there on the bottom, but the scent notes are tropical hibiscus, sweet peach nectar, fresh waterfall mist with essential oils. And I think to me this basically just smelled like baby powder. I just keep trying to smell other things in here, and I can like faintly imagine something floral. I don't know if it's just in my head. Maybe a little bit of wateriness, but I think it's just the power of suggestion. It's like baby powder. It's a nice baby powder scent, but Hibiscus Waterfall, really. Hibiscus, by the way, don't have a scent. I live in Hawaii, in case you don't know, and I don't know why you would call something hibiscus. I mean, hibiscus tea has a scent, a Sharpie green scent, but the flowers don't have any scent. So what happened with this was horrible, terrible, awful performance, really bad. I would, like right away, 3 puny wicks. One of the wicks, and it kept changing which one it was, would extinguish itself. And I poured wax out of it several times into like a warmer, and it would just continue to do that. And it would be different wicks, but different wicks would put themselves out, and you go back and look at it, and one wick would be out, and it would be all off balance because it had been that way a little while, and you try and fix it, and you just couldn't fix it. So at about here, I mean, I only burnt it about this far. I just chunked it up because I could not get it to, I couldn't get those wicks to correct. I mean, I just couldn't. So I chunked it up and I put it in warmers and melted it. And it was not really all that strong even then. It was not strong burning, and it was not super strong melting. Usually it's sometimes stronger melting, and it was still just sort of basically a baby powder scent at about a 5. And really very, very unimpressed. Beautiful sort of purple blue, lavender, darkish. I don't know what you call this color, but very nice color. The wax was the same color, nice dark wax. But yeah, what's the point? I mean, what was the point? Then I had this one, Citrus Crystals, White Barn, also from Bath and Body Works. It says sugared orange slices, tangy lemon drops, fizzy guava with essential oils. This to me did smell, it smelled like a candy orange. It smelled like those, I haven't had them in like 600 years, but like those candied, those gummy sort of candy oranged slices. It's a very sugary orange smell. Not my favorite smell. Okay, not my favorite smell. Again, pretty weak, like a 5 maybe. And again, same thing with this performance. These puny little wicks started burning it. One would go out and you'd pour some wax out and relight them. The next night, a different one would go out and do the same thing. I did it like 3 or 4 times. Again, it got down to not very far. I got down to about here, and I'm like, I am done with this thing. And I just knifed it up, cubed it out, chunked it out, put it in burners, and then it, was better. But again, still wasn't really super strong. I would say it was still like a 5. And it's just, I don't know about any guava or these other things they're talking about. It's very definitely like a candied orange slice with the sugar on it. And it was just okay, and I'm not interested in getting that one again. So these candles sucked, okay? That's what I want to say. So the last candle I burnt this month was a little one that I had going in my lantern. Marshmallow Fireside. I was very, dubious about buying these small single wick ones because I'm sort of like, what's the point? But then I do like to light small candles in my lanterns, although sometimes I just do a tea light. But these I've got several of them. I think this is the last one, and they've actually performed quite well. Burnt for a long time. I only went through one in the month, and it was strong enough that even here in the main room, when I would have one of these other candles, quote unquote, burning, this would be stronger than they were, and I could smell this coming from the lantern over these other candles that would be burning in the room. So it was very good. Yeah, very happy with these. If our store ever opens again, I would get these on a good sale some more, absolutely, because yeah, they've performed pretty well. So what's my candle of the month? Well, it's not going to be a candle. It's going to be these things, Plum Blossoms. I'm going to give it to them. Beautiful scent, fresh scent, really nice, with a little bit spicy, still very fresh. And they were good for one night if you put them in the melter, and I would have them all over the place. I have several little melters, and they just filled up the apartment really nicely and smelled really good. So I would give it to these Plum Blossoms from Northern Lights. That's my month in wax. I'm enjoying watching yours. I hope you have a good month. And if you are interested in subscribing, please just check the subscribe button. If you are bored, I was very bored today. If you're bored in your isolation, just check out, I have two radio stations online you might enjoy. One is old school easy listening, all from vinyl, called Moody Mood Music, and the second one is all Hawaiian music from vinyl, also called Hawaiian Hi-Fi, and I will put the link to those below, and you can check those out if you're interested. Let me know if you've had any of these candles or melts and what your experience has been. I'm really surprised that my Bath and Body Works candles have been sucking a lot lately. What is up with that? Anyway, we'll talk to you next time.